Good morning, all. Today, we'll be seeing entities in a database management system. So, basically, the topics I'll be taking is entity, the types of entity, then entity set, and the cardinality. So, we'll go through each. So, first of all, entity relationship model, which is ER model. So, an ER model or ER diagram in database management system is a visual representation of the logical structure of the database used to model real-world entities and their relationship. It serves as a blueprint of the database design, illustrating how different pieces of information are connected and organized. When we move to the next topics, you'll understand more of this. So in ER model, we have three components, which is entity, attributes, and the relationship. So what we are going to see today is entity and the relationship. So in entity, here is only weak entity is represented, but there is two types, which is strong entity and weak entity. Then the attributes, uh, then relationship. Relationship is the cardinality. So they are both same. Okay, these are the components of an ER diagram. Okay, key components of ER diagram. Entities are represented in rectangles and they are real world objects or something like student, courses, what there actually exists. Then attributes we represent it in an ellipse. Then they are the properties of entity. For example, okay, consider me, the teacher faculty as a teacher, as an entity, my name, date of birth, then like job, anything that could be the primary key, anything like that could be the attribute. Like if I am the entity, my name, date of birth, my age, everything would be the attributes. So the relationships are represented in diamond shape, and they connect between entities. Okay, now we will see what entity is. Like we said, an entity is a real world thing which can be distinctly identified like a person, place, or a concept. It is an object which is distinguishable from others. If we cannot distinguish it from others, then it is an object but not an entity. So in entity, we define it as tangible entity and intangible entity. So tangible entities are those entities which exist in real world physically. Like I said, person, car, laptop, water bottle, anything like that. Then intangible entity is entities that are those are exist only logically but not physically. Like yeah, like a bank account, yeah, like that, which exist but not physically. Then okay, this is an example of an entity. Consider we have a table of student with attributes like roll number, student name, age, mobile number, etc. And then each student in that table is an entity and can be uniquely identified by their roll number. Like we use primary keys, no. So here the roll numbers can be primary keys. Yeah. So here the student, like in the example, okay, take Angel. Angel is an entity and the roll number, age, mobile number, everything will come under the attributes of Angel. Okay, now we'll see types of entities, types of entity type basically. So we have, as I said, we have strong entity and weak entity. A strong entity is not dependent on any other entity in the schema. Like if we are strong, we don't have to depend on anyone. Like just like that, strong entity is not dependent to any other entity in the schema. So a strong entity will always have a primary key. Strong entities are represented by a single rectangle. As you can see here, student and college, they are strong entities, so they are represented in a single rectangle. The relationship of two strong entities is represented by a single diamond. That the relationship between a student and a college is study. So various strong entities can, when combined together, create a strong entity set. So as strong entity is not dependent on anyone, weak entity is dependent on a strong entity to ensure its existence. Unlike a strong entity, a weak entity does not have any primary key. It instead has a partial discriminator key. A weak entity is represented in a double rectangle, as you can see here. The bank account is a weak entity, so it is represented in a double rectangle. The relationship between one strong and one weak entity is represented by a double diamond. Here, if it was a weak entity, the relationship given should be in a double diamond. This relationship is also known as an identifying relationship. So, okay, yeah, here is an example. Here, loan is a weak entity, customer is a strong entity. So, loan is dependent to customer with the relationship borrows. Loan borrows from customer. So, the borrows is a weak relationship. So, it's represented in a double diamond shape. And the CID, C name, L name, and L data, the attributes. And then entity set. Entity set is a collection of entities of the same entity type. In the example of student entity type, a collection of entities from the student entity type would form an entity set. We can say that entity type is a superset of the entity set as all the entities are included in the entity type. So the last topic today I'll be handling is cardinality. Cardinality means the relationship. So the number of times an entity of an entity set participate in a relationship set is known as cardinality. So here we have four different types of cardinalities, which are one to one, one to many, one to many to one, and many to many. So here is an example for these cardinalities. The first one to one. You can see that one and one are mentioned over the lines, single lines. So the surgeon is connected to HOD. That is the headed by. That's the headed by is the relationship surgeon and HOD. There is only one relation with them. Then the second one, surgeon department has doctors. Surgeon department is one and it has many doctors. Then multiple surgeries done by single doctor. Multiple surgeries means M. So done by a single one, many to one. Okay. Then the last one is employees. There are many employees works on multiple projects. Both of them are multiple. So many to many. Okay, so the first one we learned one to one, then one to many to one, and many to many. So here we'll end the topic. Thank you.